Hey, this is BrickTsar, and we're going to look at the Lego minifigure year by year, a visual history. And now, if you saw my Lego haul, which I had a problem with one of these books I got from Amazon. I actually ordered two by mistake, but one of them was damaged. So we're going to use the damaged one to take the minifigure out, and we're going to keep this one in good condition. But we're going to kind of flip through the book and tell you kind of what's in it, so that you can be excited about it and buy it too if you haven't already. You get 3 minifigures here in the front. You get a town person, a stormtrooper, and a robber. So we'll look at those minifigures in detail and look at some of the stuff that's on the inside of the book. Alright, here's the interior of the book. You have the classic space theme there and city airport, and here's the little pieces that hold the minifigures. I want to see how these come out. I think do these come out? Yeah, they just pop out like this. Got a little tape there, so you can take them out without destroying your book. So that's pretty good. Where's the tape on this one? There. Cut the tape. There's the stormtrooper. As I cut the plastic. Alright, and there's town person. Let's look at those minifigures up close. Alright, here's the Lego townsperson, and while I think it's really cool they put 3 minifigures in this book, I'm a little disappointed in the townsperson. There's so many cool townspersons, and I love some of the vintage town people. Why do they just put a plain red torso and legs? I mean, it's real disappointing. Now, the hair is typical from the early parts of the Lego minifigure from 1978 and early 80s. You always got a lot of these types of hairstyles in the men. This one's brown, and it's reddish brown since that's what color brown is today. But I wish there'd been some type of figure with printing from the early days of Lego. Of course, I can understand why they did it, because a lot of your printed torsos in the early days weren't actually printed, they were stickers. Space was printed, but a lot of your town's torso in the very, very early days, you had to put stickers on them, like your policemen and your firemen. So maybe that's why it's a unprinted minifigure torso. Okay, and here's the robber. It's not from the early days of Lego, but so they made up for having a plain torso townsperson by giving us this robber. He has, it looks like a torso I haven't really seen that much. He's got sleeveless shirt. He's got some printing on the back. It's like he's escaped, and his outfit's got really worn off. And just, typical Lego city robber, though he goes around wearing his prison uniform as he's committing crimes, which I don't understand. He's got his toboggan on. So anyway, it's a cool minifigure. I don't know if it's exclusive or not. I may look it up after I post the video to see if it's unique to this. Okay, and here's the stormtrooper you get. Looks like pretty much a generic stormtrooper from the early days of Lego. Let's see if he's got a face. Now most of my stormtroopers I had from the early Lego, they did not have a face. They were just solid black heads. This one's actually got a printed head. Have you ever seen that before? No, I hadn't seen that before. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So that's a good minifigure. Very good. Alright, as is the case with a lot of these books, usually you got more space to protect your minifigure than the book, but as you can see, this one's pretty thick. It's got a lot of pages, so that's good. We're going to have a lot to look at. Alright, here's the look at the table of contents, so it kind of gives you an idea of what it's going to cover. It goes year by year, just like the book says. It's got each year it's going to have the minifigures that are made, and you see it starts off, there's not a lot, but as you get up, there's more and more and more until we get to our day. So this is really neat, and I like this part here talking about the minifigure and some of the design elements that went to it. If you've watched my channel, you've seen things like this, the maxi figure. you've seen things similar to this on the right, the early figure that was before the minifigure as we know it, and here's some other ideals that people had. So this is going to be real educational for you. I'm not going to obviously go into everything about the book, but this is exciting to me. I like seeing the history of Lego. Now here's 1978, so it just goes through different minifigures. There's my classic spaceman that I like, and it shows you some of the different figures made in 78, and it does this for every year. Alright, here's some other things. I haven't done the Fabuland reviews yet. I had Fabuland sets and I sold all of mine, but that's a Fabuland. It's the anthropomorphic looking figures. And then you also had these Lego Basic. I had somebody on Instagram ask me about this. I think it was, why your name's slipping from me? BrickLover18. I gotta look that up. But he was asking me about this. Here's a Lego Basic minifigure. So this is really going to be a good education for people. Here's some of these Duplo figures. Those were very odd looking. There's more Fabuland. So if you don't know anything about figures before the 2000s, I mean, this is a good one. I know the figures since the late 90s to today are a lot more details in them, but this just covers so much. Here's a classic year, 1984. That's when we got our classic castle. A lot of cool figures then. I like a lot of the 80s. Here's some of your corny looking Technic figures. So it even covers things that aren't technically minifigures. So that's pretty cool. Let's scroll ahead. Here's the 90s. There's your Islanders. Pirates started in 1989. Saw some Paradisa there. So here's some of your Scala. I don't know if a lot of people are familiar with Scala. I actually do have a Scala figure. I don't have any Scala sets other than the one that had the figure. So they're very large, almost not as big as Barbies, but in between the size of a minifigure and Barbies. Just scrolling through, there's some of your Lego space. I didn't like this time of the space when you had these types of aliens. The Nesquik bunny. That is a hard to find one. I do not have that. That is a cool one. So this will help you see some even rare figures that not many people have. So this is a really cool book. A lot of information about the figures, about the design that went into the figure. Hey, they might be bricks. Come here a minute. Have you seen that statue? Look at that. Think we could use it for a weeping angel? See, I learned something. See, I'm not a Harry Potter person. I don't like Harry Potter, but I saw this minifigure here. That would be a good one for weeping angels. Alright, so there's just so much. Oh, look, the often forgot about hockey. I was watching Brick Show, and he was talking about some of the different sports themes, and we wish we had a football theme and things like that. I agree with him 100% on that. And he forgot to mention the hockey theme that they did, but it's very forgettable.
Those are the same.
Yeah. So there's site construction. So it's got some of the different sets. It mentions that these things came in. So there's some cool history there. Now we're getting stuff that more and more people are familiar with because we're into the late 2000s here. The medieval market village. I need to build that. So, and of course the Star Wars. So very cool book. I obviously I haven't finished reading it, but I like stuff like this. And it even goes into some of your rare minifigures. There's Mr. Gold, Toy Fair stuff, the Gold C-3PO, the Red Sox baseball player. Man, I don't like this book now. It's showing me stuff that I don't have that I want to try to find that I know is going to cost a lot, like stuff like that. Lego Fan Weekend. There's so many exclusive minifigures. It's hard to keep up with all of them that they made. But it's very cool. Here's 2011. Alright, very good. Now we're up to, there's the Hulk. Superheroes. Love the superhero figures. Very good, very good. Computer animated figures. So this is a excellent book. I'm looking forward to finishing reading it. I've just kind of thumbed through it, kind of give you an overview of what's included in there. 3 cool minifigures. Very good book. So thanks for watching this review of the Lego Minifigure Year by Year, A Visual History. Another excellent DK Publishing book. Highly recommend it. This looks like it's going to be one of the best books. I ordered this from Amazon. It was a lot cheaper on Amazon, but if you want to get one in good condition, I recommend getting it in the store and paying full price, because you run the risk of getting it damaged if you buy it from Amazon. So anyway, thanks for watching. This is BrickTsar.